serve, because Perugia is the best reception of the Italian Superlega, even slightly better than Trento, statistically speaking. It's going to be a tough match.
Well, here we go. It's Sir Susa Vim Perugia with the serve through Herrera. It's Rana Verona receiving for this first semi-final of the Coppa Italia here in Bologna. Oh, that's a great dig from D'Amico, but a tough one here for Keita. High ball chance for Semeniuk, and he's done it. That's a lovely swing off of Mozic's block. Breakpoint start.
The professor, Semeniuk.
Oh, he is, isn't he? He's not. I love that, actually, as a way to put a moniker on him, because he's not someone you would look at and would say has a natural like talent. He works really hard. He's a physical player who really works on what he needs to do tactically. Good touch by Ishikawa. Another three-man block. Well, this time, though, a little too far inside, and Mozic gets him. Verona on the board.
Very good blocking position in this case. They understood the Semeniuk would try to play again against the hands, but the hands were really, really well placed right now.
Zingle. Perfect pass, pretty much, from Shinelli's perspective, and oh, that may not have made it. They're looking for touches. Mozic saying no. We've got a challenge then, and then comes the admission. It does require that, though, doesn't it? Quick, we'll have a... did you? No, I'm going to challenge. No, I'm challenging. Yeah, I touched it. Yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, at least it speeds the game up.
Oh, you do the strategic choice of not admitting, but then you cut the weight for the fans. You know?
Semeniuk to serve. Bit too far. And free ball here for Perugia. Ishikawa finds the seam in the block. Lovely start for him.
You see, that's the limit of having Keita wing spiker, not opposite spiker. Sometimes he's not confident enough, sensitive enough in the reception. Sometimes.
Well, they do have the option. I mean, on this particular rotation, they could step Keita out and put Jensen in, but they're moving him to go and have a swing out wide, which isn't going to happen. It's free ball coming. That's a wonderful save from Abeyev. And Russo gets the point. One of the most unassuming middle blockers in world volleyball. He just seems to fly under the radar all of the time.
He's had a lot of problems. He got a torn Achilles tendon 2 years ago. He's back, and I think he's very complete. Maybe not explosive as much as others, but very, very complete, and a starter in the Italian national team.
More work to be done here. Jensen, that's good play. That's a good mismatch. Him against Ishikawa. Can use his height difference.
Yeah, they look like father and son when they're one close to the other, but it's a nice challenge.
Oh, he's only 24, 25, isn't he, Jensen? 25 years of age. Be 26 in April. Perfect pass, Kalachi. That's a lovely touch from Jensen. Oh, well played. That was a little bit awkward from Casey, but he managed to do something with it. An interesting attack, that, from Verona.
He jumped, he watched the situation, he remained in the air a couple of seconds.
Yes. Well, they've all got wings, haven't they, these players? Their hang time is incredible. Abeyev back to serve for Verona. Strong series of rotations for them now. Three big front court attackers and blockers, and Herrera's been doing his dodgeball and has been able to get out of the way of that one.
They are 7 strong, and that's just the first mistake. So, high quality so far.
Russo. Wonderful save from D'Amico. Perugia looking to extend the lead, but the net's helping Verona here. Sensible from Jensen. Not much he could do. And there is Giannelli. You've got to be on him all the time. And he loves to strike in transition, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's the first of a longer series of second touch shots from Simone Giannelli, rest assured.
But look at the height he takes that. He's almost top of the antenna. You have to go with him. You have to commit. And then if you do, he's got the quality to then set behind and open up a free net.
Yeah, he's a solid 6'5" and can use that height to his advantage. Well, this is...
Nice bit of redirection, or did we just drop back into the 80s? Well, for those of you wondering what I'm talking about in the 80s, early 90s, you could actually throw the ball pretty much through the middle. But when you look at it from that angle, it was just a volley. It was okay.
Yeah, from the side, it looks a bit less ugly than from the back.
Verona still trying to bring service pressure, which they have to do if they're going to have a chance against the very strong Perugia side out. So Stoichev will not mind these service errors. If it's just going long or it's just clipping the net, that's all part and parcel of the game.
Stoichev is one step away from receiving himself, entering for Keita and receiving.
He really does. Stoichev just gets involved. That's a nice ball. Good cover. Great dig by Semeniuk. And now there's a real opportunity here. Perugia in the system, everyone available. Good touch by Mozic. Oh, I say, what a swing from Keita. He's so high. The block went too early.
In this situation, we've seen that when Agustin Loser is in the first line, Verona marks him 1-1 and doesn't care if you have two left hands on the wings. He's too dangerous an attacker in the middle of the net.
And that's a really good example of why, because he can hit that ball right in front of him, or he can let it go to his left shoulder and then change his body position to hit down to position one. He's so difficult to stop, isn't he? It's classic Argentinian middle blocking, right?
Yeah.
Soleil's the same.
Under 2 meters of height, 1.98 m, 6'4", and very, very good with his wrist. And then Ishikawa misses by an inch.
So far, so good then for Perugia. They're up by 3 in this opening set. Jensen to serve now for Verona. Oh, it's an ace serve from Jensen. Semeniuk gave an awful lot of room to his left. And then he was inviting that shot, but then didn't do anything about it, did he? He's just got his foot stuck. It's a huge amount of space he left.
Yeah, almost half court.
If he's going to do that, he needs to then take a shift on the toss of the ball and let Colaci come and take more of the middle. Colaci eating that one up. God, great pick up, D'Amico. Is that off the hands? Yes, it is. This is a great comeback by Verona. They are to within 1. Oh, they are level, in fact.
It's interesting, the situation at the reception. They must have prepared for a serve by Jensen towards 1 or 6 and not 5. So the first ace was a surprise for them, I think.
I agree. It was certainly a surprise to Semeniuk to be aced. Oh, good reach by Abayev. Oh, what a pick-up, Colaci. Oh, it's bouncing around. It's like a pinball at the moment. And unfortunately for Keita, he's not found the angle he was looking for. That's unlucky. What a great rally. Pick up by Colaci.
Yeah. Here Keita was a bit greedy, wanted to make an incredible play for the crowd also.
Wanted to do a worldie, didn't he?
Yeah. Yes, yeah. But it's also part of the competition, the fact that you help your team gain some confidence with an incredible shot. He didn't manage to in this case.
Loser. Easily dealt with by Mozic. And one-on-one, that is not coming back. What a hit. Okay, so 2 meters and 6. And one-on-one against Herrera. This is no contest, is it?
No. And he really found a narrow angle in extra rotation.
Well, that's unlucky. Keita just dropping his left arm down by his side, which then dropped his contact height as well. You've really got to, it's like a tennis serve. For those of you that watch a lot of tennis, every tennis serve, the non-hitting hand, the one without the racket, it gets drawn inside so they can keep their height. The shoulders go on a diagonal, but the body doesn't. The body stays relatively straight, and they come around their shoulder. So at the moment then, it's 10-10. And talking of 10, Ben 10, Ara, he's not on at the moment. He's, so far, Herrera doing a good job of keeping him on the bench. Oh, that is a monster block. No, it isn't. It's down. Do you know what?
Yeah,
it's down the side of Verona.
But he was very scared about the hedging of the action. So it took him a second before he could celebrate. Yeah, the ball went through by an inch.
It did, didn't it? Just under Cortesia. It didn't close the gap. That's a good ball.
Wow.
That is volleyball. And that is what we absolutely love about it. The ability to run the pipe attack and then get no block.
Given the difference in the quality of the serve, I believe that the score we see on the table is a very, very good result for Verona so far. Wow.
Huge block. A monster block against Ishikawa.
It was very well placed in this situation. I think Cortesia put the hands together with Mosic. You could see the celebrations. Verona is trying to raise the volume, of the interaction with the opponents.
Abeyev to serve again. It's not a big serve. He's just looking to find a different angle to catch the block out of the passes out. Nice touch. Well watched by Cortesia. Another chance here as Ishikawa has got it down the front of Mosic. He didn't close his block. He left a gap. You can't do that against Ishikawa.
Can you see the level of aggression? Verona always tries to put the hands far into Perugia's half court. Sometimes the chest is a bit far from the net and Perugia takes advantage.
It's that battle, isn't it? At this level of volleyball, it's the battle between how high you can get and how far across the net you can get. Height is no good if you don't get across, and that is a monster block. Commit from Loser.
This in Italy we call fototessera. It's the little picture you put, on your ID card.
Oh yeah.
Because the block is so sudden that it's like a photograph.
Oh, that might have been going out. Play on anyway. And well done, Mosic.
It's just his first attack, first winner of the game. He also has one block, but this was very important. The difficult balls would often go to Mosic in this team.
That's not catching Semenya Kate. Oh, that's an audacious set from Ginelli. It might not pay off, though. Oh, come on! Is that Engapet? No! It's Keita! But it was an Engapet-style shot.
Engapet is not a really good friend of Rado Stoichev. If he knows one of his players uses his windmill spike, will not be happy.
It doesn't matter. It's how you get, just getting the job done. Yeah. How you get there doesn't matter. Ace! Mosic and Verona are in front by 2. Very good disguise on that. Looked like it was a hard hit all the way, and it's the position of it as well, isn't it? So well placed.
So difficult to do something like that to Kamil Semeniuk. Not just a common receiver, and then tries to force, and the ball goes out. Verona ahead is a big surprise. They're really doing a great job. Touching everything with the block.
Ginelli to serve. Perugia now move into a series of strong rotations offensively and defensively as well, with 3 big blockers. Well, that's a great dig. Sat on the angle, hips under. Oh, well played. Wonderful strength from Herrera. Looking maybe for net touch.
Now we can really say we have seen everything. Even Herrera deciding a game with the tips instead of 200 kilometers fast hits.
Well, that's great because he's thinking properly, isn't he? He's not just going with the I can hit it hard, I'll hit it hard. And he needs to do that. He needs to find solutions that Verona are proving to be a very good blocking team in this match. Giannelli to serve again. Oh, that's a good serve. That one bit Mozic. And they're looking for touches. I don't think they've got them.
I don't think so.
No, here comes the challenge. It was all, I think it was a bit of a bluff call from Jensen, wasn't it?
Yeah. Angelo Lorenzetti used to say, I can accept that the referee doesn't see something that has happened. I like it less when they see something that hasn't happened. And that would be one case. So you see Angelo very nervous in this moment, if the touch is not.
This is true, but that ball is travelling 120 kilometres an hour.
Yeah.
It might be a fingernail touch. It doesn't deflect the ball. It doesn't change the spin of the ball in any way. It doesn't slow it down. So from the referee's perspective, they're very good at reading players generally. Yeah. And that's really a part of refereeing, isn't it? Just to have that read. And look how close that is. Look, yeah. I mean, that is the shadow of the ball there. That looked like it may well have been a touch. It was quite a muted celebration from Perugia that made Stefano think maybe it wasn't. It was a touch. So nothing wrong with that. And it's great we've got the challenge system because we get the right outcome.
Yeah. The technology almost cancelled the referee mistakes.
Gione ha giocato subito la prima in P5 con Semenyuk. Si vede che non si fida di Herrera, gioca con buona centro avanti. Sulla nostra P1, quando siamo noi in cambio palla, loro sono molto stretti, non considerano Maz. Aspetta soprattutto se la palla è ricevuta tra 2 e 3, Maz tu sei pronto e cambia, fai no look sempre in attacco. Aspetta, Rob, sul muro a 3, ricordati che Ishikawa tira sul terzo del muro 2 volte, non andare subito dritto e invadente, 2 occasioni.
Okay, he says on the P1 position, Giannelli went to Semenyuk because he doesn't trust Herrera. That's what Stoichev said. And on the other hand, Perugia is not marking Jensen. He doesn't have much block. And then said Ishikawa always attacks on the third of the block, so asked Mozic to wait before he put the hands out. Do you remember the ball that went inside this
Went under
pocket?
it, didn't it? Yeah. I love that. That's really good, isn't it? You've got the coach telling his team that a player doesn't trust another player. I mean, just those words are great for a real boost for your team. Oh, nice. With height, when you've got that kind of height in your spike, you don't necessarily need to have a great technique, because this isn't a really good technique. It's not great, but he's up there. He can just hit the ball down, can't he, really? And he finds a good gap.
Herrera lacked composure, didn't close the arms.
Good touch. Just flicking those hips under the ball. He's unlucky, though. Half the battle, isn't it, in defense, is to keep yourself facing back towards the net, not get turned by the ball. Try and get hips under if you can. But equally, bent arms help, which you have to have in this league because the ball's so quick.
But it's not the middle blocker specialty.
No, true. But hey, we're not going to beat up on middle blockers, okay? They can play defense. Yes, you can, all of you middle blockers. We know you can. That was in. That's a great swing for Keita.
I usually do commentaries with a middle blocker who talks trash about middle blockers on the technical details. So I'm used to...
Yeah, because that's a great swing, isn't it? That's because in the history of middle blockers, since we brought the Libros in, they've all been reduced to you just serve, you just block, go and stand there at 5. If you dig it, well done.
Yeah.
And they've not been given that whole. They've been demoted to the almost the lowest skilled of the team, and that's wrong. We need to promote our middle blockers. They can defend. They can set as well. They need to set high ball.
Our heart is with the middle blocker.
Yes.
As far as direct errors go, you see 7 from Perugia, 7 from Verona, 2 from Perugia. You see which team has to force every play and which does not have that need.
Yeah, if you're only 2 errors here and they've been from service, then it means Verona are working really hard to get their points, and this is the kind of pressure that we're talking about, that they've had to make side out, not once, but then go a second time, and it hasn't worked the second time. Perugia just really good at wearing you down.
At this point, you have 7 attacks from Keita, 2 from Jensen, 1 for Mosic, 1 from Cortesia. Perugia shares the burden. Verona does not.
Exactly, that's why Stoichev was saying that they're not bothering with Jensen. Well, that's right, coach, because it's only me getting the ball, and Keita again gets the ball. And Perugia don't mind this, do they? They know he's going to jump out of the gym. They know he can go over their block, but they're setting their defense up. They're almost camping on those angles and trying to play like, for those who understand what cricket's all about, they're setting up a load of slips to try and get this ball that's coming off of the Keita spike. That's a great serve. Good save, but it's free ball coming now for Verona. Mosic available, Zingle available, and it's Keita, who of course is available with a free swing.
That's an old-style strategy from Abayev. Keita is hot. Ball to Keita, ball to Keita, ball to Keita.
Of course. Volleyball 101, really, at all levels of volleyball. If you're a setter and you can see one of your players is playing really well and you can get the ball to them, keep getting the ball to them. This is where Herrera's got his opportunity to do something back to Verona without no one else having to help. But just trying to take Keita out of the attack. That's a good play. Now really good opportunity for Perugia. All options available, and somehow Russo has got it through the arms of Zingel.
And again, Herrera, not with a strong hit from the serve. A very intelligent short lob.
It was a great serve, wasn't it? Because Keita was now no longer part of the attack. And as a result, they get the ball into transition, get a touch off the block of Mosic, off the swing of Mosic, and suddenly Perugia now 21-19, right at the business end of this set. And I've just seen Fabio Soli looking on then, the Trento coach watching from behind the baseline. Good swing, Jensen. Has that caught the antenna? It might well have done, you know. Indeed it did. They offered him a little bit of room and said, "We dare you."
Perugia, Verona players do like fencing athletes. After the attack, they always celebrate. And then they see if the referee proves them wrong or what.
That would have been a great serve. It just wasn't high enough, and it was a good serving strategy to go into where Jensen is running into. Keita's trying to pass from. Effectively, you could take 2 players out of the attack in one serve.
It's a surprisingly technical choice from Herrera and a very good execution. Oh.
Net touch against Cortesia.
Yeah.
Well, this is what Verona don't want. Errors at this moment in the set right now.
It's been 11 against 3.
Wow, that's huge. 11. If they'd only made 3, this would have been a very, very different set, wouldn't it? This is the thing. This is where Perugia are almost like the China women of volleyball. They just make few errors and make you play all the time. Lovely serve. Clever. That's so clever from Mosic.
I liked everything in this action. The dive from Cortesia, the set, one side of the other to the other from Jensen, and a very good attack from Mosic.
Just that thumb up, looking with his peripheral vision to find the hand of Ginelli. Another good serve, that causing a few issues. Oh, D'Amico sent the wrong way. What was D'Amico seeing?
That's a very, very difficult shot from Ishikawa. No, he touched the block. I thought it was directly on the court. A very, very important attack from Ishikawa.
Set point then for Perugia. Russo to serve. Forcing it to Mosic. There's a swing chance here. Herrera! No good. What a block from Jensen. But you know what? Herrera won't mind that. Perugia shouldn't mind that, because that's a block all the way back to the far corner.
Yeah.
It's not like it went straight down. This is a nice high swing, and that's a great block from Jensen.
Anyway, Herrera must be a player who is very satisfying to block, you know, because he shots hard and then Mosic misses the serve. The errors, in my opinion, are the only flaw, the only sin Verona committed in the first set.
Indeed they do, and it's Perugia that take the opening set. They lead by 1-0. A good start for the Block Devils. Without Bentara and without Plotnitsky. But really pleased to have Russo back, who missed the last few matches with injury. They've had Losser was out injured for a while, wasn't he? And then he's back fit, then Russo gets injured. They have yet to have, apart from maybe the first few games, I think, no, because Sole didn't play then. They've yet to have a full squad, have they, Perugia, this season, to call on everybody.
Well, and they have a very good bench, which helps because Davide Candelaro as the fourth middle blocker is a luxury few teams can have. And also Verona had quite some depth because they started with the idea of playing with Javorno, who was out for the season, and then Sani, who hasn't been played so far. Bonisoli was called by Stoichev for a possible substitution for Keita, but then Stoichev preferred not to throw him on the court. So both coaches are using all the players available.
Well, Steve Tutton, who's part of the FIVB Commission, watching on, be enjoying this. So the fans be enjoying this as well, that's for sure. A few Ishikawa fans, I suspect, and a few fans of Ginelli as well. I mean, just fans of all the players here, without a doubt. I'm going to admit it now, right? I may have gone to the shop and bought some merchandise.
Yeah.
Because it is amazing merchandise. I bought a baseball cap and a gilet, I believe it's called.
Really?
Yeah, I got a Block Devils gilet.
Oh, a Block Devils gilet.
Yeah, because they're the only one that sold the gilet. It was cool. I don't have all of them, but I just got a Block Devils one.
No, Perugia's owner, Gino Circi, is a natural-born seller. When Perugia was in the second or third division, during the trips by plane to the opponent's team, he used to sell the sweaters and the jerseys of Perugia to the people on the plane.
Great.
Completely unknown, and would buy Perugia merchandise.
But you know what?
13 years.
The best thing about it is, like, if you wanted to buy a football shirt here in Italy and anywhere else, you're paying maybe €100 for a shirt, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy prices. I'm going to say now, I bought a gilet, and I might have bought another top as well. 2 tops for less than €80. I mean, and there's good quality is a great price. I'm sold. I got so, that kind of merchandising, why not?
Are you also going to buy the pasta from Rana? Because Rana produces pasta.
See. Away we go then with set number 2. It is Verona trailing Sir Susa Vim Perugia by 1-0 here in this first semi-final of the Del Monte Coppa Italia, and Semeniuk, the hardest working player you're ever going to see, gets the block out for Perugia. He had a torrid time, didn't he, a few seasons ago? Perugia undefeated, 22 matches, creating a league record, and then they went out in the quarterfinals, and everyone was getting on Semeniuk's back, and many thought he might actually leave the club, but he was having none of it. He's Perugia through and through. Oh, goodness me. Gator just turned that into a badminton net.
Yeah. Impressive in the first set. 9 scores over 16 attempts. Now it makes 10. So it's the first in double digit in the game.
He's taken off from 3 meters behind the net, then he's landed on it. It's unbelievable. The leaps, the athleticism of all of these players. Ginelli strikes again. Mozic now knows he has to be in front of him, and because he knows he has to stop that on that angle, it just offers a little bit more room for Ginelli to go behind if he wants to.
Yeah. And again, Verona is marking the middle blocker every time. Always in the middle. Also with Russo, not only with Lawson.
That's lovely. That is such a good set from Abeyev. He's full stretch, but he's also still got, you watch this here, he's still got, at this height, he can still send that anywhere. He could have sent that behind. He still had the energy in the set, didn't he? It was really good.
Yeah, and I think a valuable candidate to be a starter when Russia will be back in the international competition.
Oh yes, they are. That's a good swing, and everyone be careful. We are at the end of Rana Verona. For those of you who may have realised, they haven't changed ends. They've kept the same ends, even though we're in set 2. And that one,
Are they going to switch?
I think they do
the
in
middle
3.
After the second set.
After the second set, yeah.
Yeah, like in the World Club Championship to reduce the dead times between the set and the other.
That's a good swing. I would be an exponent to say, why do we need to change ends? Because if you could then have all the fans at one end, for your fans at one end for a match, the other fans at one end for the match, the neutrals in the middle, and you could, why not? I think now with the volleyball being the way it is, with the 2 colours on it, it doesn't matter what end you're at, you can see the volleyball. Back in the days when it was white, and then at the end did make a massive difference in terms of how you saw the ball, but not anymore. Yeah, why not? They're doing it for 2, why not just do it for the whole match? Stay where they are.
Yeah, I think it's an option, and also that the efforts FIVB made to reduce the duration of the dead time during the game is effective.
Oh, very much so. Time between points reduced as well. You get the shot clock. That's unlucky from D'Amico. In the VNL and the World Championships, as soon as the rally's over, 15 seconds before you lose your chance to have served. So it stops these massive huddles. It sends the players straight over to the serving line to get ready to serve. Because if they've got there with less than 8 seconds, that's all they've then got, whatever seconds are left to serve.
And so doing, you rarely go beyond the 2 hours of length, even if the game ends in 5 sets. And I think that's remarkable, because that was one of the problems, the historic problems of volleyball, especially in the side-out era before the rally point system, where the games could last 3 hours or more.
They really could. For those of you wondering what we're talking about, the match used to be 1st to 15, but you could only win a point if you won the rally and you were the serving team. So you could have an hour in the shower, was the phrase. You could beat a team 15-1, 2 and 3, and you could be done in an hour, or you could have 5 sets and be done in nearly 3 hours.
We should start telling it more often during the commentaries, because the young volleyball fans have never experienced that.
No.
Sometimes we get it for granted, but it's not.
Nicely done by Jensen. So Verona, as they were in set 2, ticking over nicely with Perugia, matching them point for point. They know they have to cut down their unforced errors, though. They've got to make Perugia earn their points, win their points, not give them their points. Serving doesn't count for either team, though, because that's where most errors do tend to happen. Not coming back, that's unfortunate. D'Amico, he started facing the net, but then as that ball has come to his right, he's turned to his right. He couldn't get his left shoulder under his right shoulder, and it sprung off.
You see Verona do a proper job on the break phase, much less on the side-out phase in the first set. Right now their side-out is much better, but Herrera is shooting very strong from the serve. Wow.
Good swing, Keita. Well, he's not going to be going anywhere. He's signed up for Verona till 2027. They've locked him down good and proper. And you were telling me, and for those of you that don't know this, they are getting a new opposite next season, Verona.
It's the Brazilian wonder Darlan, and the setter will be Micah Christensen.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh my days. It's breaking news, everyone. Christensen and Darlan coming to Verona. As right now, though, Verona have got other problems they need to sort out. They've let Perugia get that point, but that, oh my goodness me. I'm all excited for next season now.
I'm not sure we could say it, it's on the newspapers in Italy, because January, February are the month where the market is done, and those should be the 2 players of the main diagonal of Verona next year.
Nice cover. Great block from Mozic. Oh, he absolutely loved that one.
Stoichev told him in the timeout at the end of the first set, wait, because Ishikawa looks for the 3rd blocker. Wait for him.
Yeah, that time he's gone right across, hasn't he? He's trying to get as close to the ball as possible.
Did his homework.
Oh, unlucky Zingel. He got a little too far into court.
He tried to duck, but the ball was inside. Stoichev wasn't happy.
The coaches are never happy, are they? Come on.
By definition.
Yeah.
You see the tortellini from Rana around the court.
Nice. This is the mark of world-class outside hitting. You know you're getting a high ball. You know at this level you're getting 3 blockers. So the game isn't about the court. The game is about the block and how you use it.
Yeah. And right now Verona is using it very well, but they also reduced the direct errors. Only 1 so far in the second set. 2. I'm sorry. I didn't want to.
But yes, well done. You mucked it up for Abeyev. I'm going to tell him. No, I won't. But we know that's the high-risk area in this match is serving and serving errors. But what we have seen is Perugia have gone a little more tactical with their serving. No one's really going full pedal to the metal with their jump serve. They're putting it in areas of the court to try and reduce Verona's hitting options. Giannelli with his trademark hop, skip and a thump. And he's going to go after Keita. Oh. Oh, come on. He's right over the top of that. He's just tickled it.
It's the advantage of being 6'10", 6'11". I don't know, 2 meters stand like
There's
Jensen.
there is absolutely no defending that.
They are very lucid. Verona is playing very lucid in this moment.
Good touch. 1 foot Yahoo has done it. I think it's squished down enough to catch the line.
Yeah, they are complaining about the fact that the set by Keita.
What, the triple, treble, quadruple touch?
Yeah, but I think for
it doesn't
the standards,
matter.
it's acceptable.
This is the thing now, and we're seeing it more and more about just keeping the ball flying. And I think unless it goes through and he can't do it, because essentially with that set, it wasn't a great set. May have been a double. Right?
Says I didn't call it before on you, Giannelli. You remember that very difficult set in the.
There you go. He set a standard.
Yeah, and legendary coach Julio Velasco, Olympic champion, says the future is accepting that the fact that the ball is not perfectly set is already a disadvantage for the team who's setting the ball.
I was just about to say that.
Unless you see 2 really separate touches and then it's fall.
Completely. Because if I was just going to say, if I make that double touch set, you're not in a great position to have a hit. Mosic was not in a great position to do anything with that. He's had to tip the ball. There was an opportunity for Perugia.
Yeah, the difficult part is to get the audience who has seen volleyball for many years get used to a non-perfect touch, especially the fans of one side or the other.
That's really simple. We get them all to come down and volley some, and then I go, see, you can't do it either.
Also, there are other people who play or have played volleyball in attendance. The ball is out. The ball is out.
Whoa! It's squished down, but not enough. There's a little bit of blue. And that was it. So that was the advantage for Perugia. Look, they're trying to make a shot, trying to conjure a shot for Verona. So they didn't get caught on the double, but the ball's not in. Perugia take the point.
Yeah, and Mosic was trying to convince Stoichev to call for the touch, for the block touch, because the ball hit the net and then fell down.
But they can count.
Yeah. That's the touch.
Well, that's fine. So they can go. They can counter. So because it was Perugia called block challenge, so Verona can counter challenge.
And they did, and the ball touched the elbow or the arm of Herrera.
There we go. Mosic knew it all along. You can't stop the rock.
Again, they are lucid. They are lucid. They're not emotional in this moment. They are playing with their brains rather than with the guts or the heart.
Oh yes, off the shoulder number from D'Amico keeps the ball in play. But not any longer. It's too quick. And that's the thing about Losser and Russo, the speed. It's not the power, is it? The speed of what they do is so effective.
Yeah, Giannelli is trying to anticipate this set for Losser, so the ball stays in the air. Very little time, a bit low the first 2 times, better this one. Wow.
How did that not hit the floor? Oh, that's so unlucky from D'Amico. We could have seen a bicycle kick. Now that would have been something. He was unlucky. I thought the first one was an ace, but somehow he got under it.
Yeah.
And then he almost got it back.
This by Loser we call penalty kick, rigore in Italian.
Ah, okay.
Because you only have the goalkeeper in front of you, you know, not the defense, so to speak.
Ishikawa to serve. A little bit too much cut on that one. And Mozic pleased to see it not troubling him.
Ishikawa and Herrera are the only two players from Perugia who have done some kind of direct error from the serve. The other ones are flawless.
Oh yes, so much room for Herrera, but he's not found the court. He had pretty much a free swing with that one.
Yeah, that's a really a freebie. That's a really a present.
Another tactical serve from Cortesia. And that time, back to business from Zerdo.
Because Herrera does not attack to hit the court. He attacks to destroy the block.
He does.
So when he has the block in front of it, you like him better.
What was really interesting, though, in that little huddle, Giannelli having a chat to him, getting Herrera to smile and laugh. So there's a lot of respect there from Herrera for Giannelli, that's for sure. Well played, Keita. Just going back to Herrera for a moment, and Cuba right now.
Yeah.
If they had a set of Giannelli's quality, they would be the #1 team in the world, you feel, with the amount of quality in the hitting zones they have.
Yeah, they were growing. Then I think last year and a half was a bit of a step back. They must be patient. Herrera is a good guy in the locker room. The teammates appreciate him very much and try to support him as they can. And Giannelli, I think, proved it right before, trying to protect him to make him feel comfortable as much as he could on the court.
Herrera's serve a little too low.
So right now you would have 6 errors from the serve and 1 from the attack for Perugia, 9 and 6 respectively from Verona. But the number of errors is more balanced compared to the first set.
Massive serve, that. High ball attack coming from Semeniuk, and he don't think he caught any touches. It's going to be up to Perugia to challenge this one. It's been given as out. He's asking Semeniuk. Okay, they're challenging.
No, timeout.
Oh, no, going to, sorry. Lorenzetti's challenge and timeout extended.
Ok, siamo sotto 16-13, quindi non abbiamo niente da perdere, ok? Andiamo senza obiettivo della battuta, andiamo a cercare una buona battuta. Questo qui è un buon errore, meglio della murata, è un buonissimo errore, ok? Poi l'altra cosa, sulle flotte rischiamo la palla qua.
Ehi ragazzi,
ok, via, vai.
We don't know where Lorenzetti was pointing when said that when we serve a floating ball, let's go here. We couldn't see it because he covered it. But before he said, let's not look for a precise goal with the serve, for a precise player. Let's just try to find a good serve.
Okay. Getting the players to focus on a process. Later then with the serve for Verona. Oh, what a shot that is in the end from Semeniuk. He's taking on the block and he's winning more often than he's losing.
And again, Mozic, very aggressive, a bit detached from the net. He found 2. He blocked twice, but also suffered 3 balls like this.
It's a good serve. Oh dear. Keita got his footwork wrong. Oh, D'Amico, what a touch. Good up from Keita. Running the pipe attack all the way over near 5. Oh, yes. Oh, what a dig. What a shame that didn't come back, but what a play from Giannelli.
This happens when you are a constant threat. They have to jump. You said it before, and Herrera was free to hit without any blocker in front of this.
I just got the feeling that as Giannelli's gone to hit that, and then he's going to set it, and it's gone. I bet he's then looking back at both blockers, smiling.
That's Ngapet too.
Oh yes.
He started doing it, and then everybody does it.
Слишком много, он не готов, там нету места, смотри на это. Нормальный респект туда, понимаешь?
Speaking Russian with Abayev.
Hai fatto bene di tirare ancora più deciso, più veloce, porta via la palla perché hai muro 1, la palla è sui 3 metri, lo devi vedere e devi evitarlo. Adesso tira forte Semeniuk, ricordatevi, dopo time out non la sbaglia, 16% e tira forte. Tu sempre lì su lui.
He tells Jensen, you have to be faster in attacking. You have only one blocker in front of you. The ball must stay in the air very little. And then says, Semeniuk, after the timeout, never misses. He's going to hit strong. Be prepared.
Couple of key points then from Stoichev. That's all you want to ever give in a timeout. Players won't take on any more than that. That's a good set there. So for those of you wondering, I think that's off the block. Why that was such a good set from Jensen, because he started his career as a junior player as a setter. Set for Denmark's junior teams, national teams, before moving into opposite. Good touch, it's going to stay in play. Oh, good effort, what a pick up, Semeniuk. Well played, single. That is just wonderful play by Verona. Mozic is pumped.
His 10th point in the game, and let me add, Keita is defending really, really hard in the second set. He's touched like 10 balls in defense.
Lovely footwork as well from Mozic to get out and then be able to have that attack. Almost from Mozic. But Herrera doing what Stoichev wants Jensen to do.
Yeah.
Quickly attacking the ball from that position.
Wow. This was risky but effective. Going back to Mozic, I think that as far as technical talent goes, I don't think there are many like Mozic.
He's absolutely in love with the game as well, isn't he? Like probably no one else. And that shines through in the way he approaches everything, his celebrations. Abayev with the block, along with Cortesia. And look at this, Verona now up by 3.
That's an important one because it was the chance to go a contact again, you know. Now Argentinians switch places. Sebastian Solé.
Ole Solé is on.
Who plays as an Italian.
Yes, he's got his sports nationality now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like Riglitsky for Civitanova. Good touch. That's exactly what Perugia is so good at. And look at that, straight onto the court, not as a spectator, but to get involved.
Solé and Loser are somehow similar, very good, very weird in the way they attack. They change corners, they change position in the air. Very effective, both of them. And that's a great point.
So here's a question, with Riglitsky having his Italian sports nationality, and maybe there is a bit of a weakness in the opposite for Italy, is he ever likely to play?
Yeah, they have working on it. They've been working on it, but it became less and less popular over the last few years. Also, Riglitsky hasn't had a great season so far, so the process kind of stopped. And Romano and Alessandro Bovolenta gained a much stronger place. I don't know if the Giorgi has it in mind. So far the process is like frozen, you know, it's not going ahead. But it had been started.
Invasione. certo.
So looking for a net touch challenge.
Yeah.
Di Verona, ce l'hai?
He scolded the table a little bit, Stefano Cesare. Saying, you have it, look at it. Because he had the pressure of Verona's players on and wanted a solution to that. Let's say it's very important because 4 points of advantage at this point of the set could be quite hard to close up. No.
Indeed, there is no net touch, no tocco di rete.
Huge second set by Rokmosic. Impressive. Impressive.
Well, as you say, 13 points for him, 3 blocks. He's really taking the game to Perugia here. Oh, that's lovely. It just, oh, so look, out of your picture, everybody. You just got Jensen having a little smile at himself because of the cleverness of this play. He knows as from one lefty to another, he knows that he's left that, and he knew he's let it drift so he could go around him.
It was difficult. There was not that much space. And Herrera is doing unusual things very well. This is a great reception by D'Amico because the serve by Ishikawa was fierce.
Wonderful. Wonderful swing from Mosic. Equally good on the pipe as Keita is. Excellent pass, D'Amico, to set it all up.
You see what's happening. You see him screaming because it was a huge serve by Ishikawa and fell on the head of Abayev anyway.
Lucas Spirito has come onto court. Serving substitution, setter by trade. Oh, good touch. It's gone. Oh, it's looked like that went inside. But no challenge coming. It doesn't. It has now been called as out. It looked like the first dig travelled just over the top of the antenna, which... Or just
È la palla
inside.
alta difficile, è sopra, vieni Simone.
Says, remember
La
that
palla è
when he
alta,
goes
per noi è passata
over the
sopra l'asticella.
antenna, it's difficult to evaluate, so be kind to me, but says, I saw it and it was above the antenna. I think the ball was good by Cesare in this case.
Well, so the thing is, right, for those of you wondering, the antenna is not an extension of the sideline. It's the area in which the ball has to be played in the air. So if it hits it or goes over it or outside it, the ball is out of play. So if it's deemed to have travelled in between the antenna and then brought back, you can't do that. But if it goes over the antenna, outside the antenna, you can go get it and bring it back to your side, but you have to do the same thing. Over the antenna or outside the antenna, and then that third touch has to go in between the antenna. Jensen to serve. Verona 22-19 is looking good for them in this second set. Oh, foot fault. Ishikawa with a back attack, and he's towed the 3-meter line. Verona now 2 away from levelling up the match.
A lot of mistakes. 6 against the 4 of the first set. From Perugia, that makes all the difference. And Verona reduced them. Only 5 against the 11, 6 with this, against the 11 of the first set. Vassim Bentara.
Here comes Ben 10. Straight from the bench, straight to serve. And straight to business. Well played. What a block that is. It looked for all the world that Jensen had come up with the point, but it's a break point for Perugia.
He tried to make Stoichkov happy, but didn't have only 2 hands in front. There were 4, and Russo waited until the perfect moment to send it back.
Bentara once again. Ace serve from Bentara. That's such a good place to go, though, in between Mozic and Keita.
And it's the first winning serve, the first ace from Perugia in the whole game.
Well, they're known as the conflict areas, technically, but I like to call them the corridors of uncertainty or the hallways of hesitation.
Then, of course, Mozic knows he has to protect Keita, but it depends on where the ball falls. It was too close to Keita, maybe, for Mozic to get it.
Here comes Bentara again. Wow. Oh, good touch by D'Amico. And a good save. Keita to get Verona the point. Not yet. Maybe now. Not quite. Third time lucky, but Jensen's available. It's Keita once more. And the block. Devils triumph. And they're right back in this set. 23-23. An inspired substitution, perhaps, by Angelo Lorenzetti.
Do you play Uno?
Yes.
There is the card that changes the momentum completely.
Yes. Right
That's
back at
the card
you.
Russo played right now, and Bentara played it especially. This set was over, 23-19, it was over.
Yeah, now he's played the U pickup free. Yeah. Still an opportunity for Verona to get a set point. They need this side out, they'll get it. Bentara decided to do something different. Now, Keita. I'm starting to feel that Eminem music coming. You only get one shot. This might be it.
Might be so. Difficult to understand the choice of Bentara before.
It's a top serve. It's a high ball. 6 hands. But side out achieved. Casual as you like from Semeniuk. And now it's a 2-point set.
See, Jensen regrets having a right hand because he touches it and he's not sure that the block has touched it.
It's a nice set that, wasn't it? For Alessandro Piccinelli, who's come on to shore up the passing unit, having to make a set under pressure like that. Semeniuk with the serve. Ooh, well played single. Colaci a little too far into court. Mozic with a super swing off the top of the block for another set point chance.
Mozic now maxes Keita with 13 scored points. Impressive second set. And this was really hard on the high block.
How on earth? How on earth? There didn't appear to be any room for Russo.
Poker face Giannelli took a huge risk in this situation. My God.
Russo back to serve. Oh no, Jensen. That was one of those swings, wasn't it, where he was trying not to miss. He was neither being aggressive or trying to play a shot. He was caught between the two, and now it's set point Perugia.
And again, the serve from Perugia and the struggle in reception for Verona are creating these opportunities for Perugia. Wow.
That was a good serve, but well left by Verona. Abayev with the serve. Dealt with by Ishikawa on its third point for Giannelli. That takes him up to 80 points this season in attack.
And 3 in the game.
Yeah, that's what makes him. That's one of those elements that make him the best player in the world.
And these are not good news. Usually in the crunch time, he's a very good server.
Looking for another hop, skip and thump. Can he deliver? Good pass, Mozic. Oh, Keita just about gets something on it. But there's a swing chance here now for Ishikawa. And he's done it. He sent it under the block and he sent Perugia 2-0 in front.
You see the difference between a team built to win like Perugia and a team who can win but must do their best to manage to, like Verona. Perugia gives you one chance of winning a set and then takes it back immediately if you don't exploit it instantly.
Well, my mind just goes back to the swing that Jensen had, where there was no block, they were backing off, he's 5 meters off the net and he hits it out. That's the difference, isn't it? It's that mentality of, if that was Perugia and Herrera, Semenya, they're going for that. If it was Mosic would have been going for that. He'd have put some spin on it. He'd have done something to make it difficult. And that ultimately was the turning point then for Perugia to get in front in that set and then take it.
Then you must also have the luxury to take Bentara out of the bench and see him score 4 consecutive serves, one more difficult than the other to defend a direct ace and 2 negative receptions. And then you get Solé in the place of Augustin Loser, again from the bench. Piccinelli helping the reception and doing a very good second touch.
Well,
this is a powerhouse, not only a team, you know.
Coaching's easy, isn't it then? Coaching's easy. If you can do that. Bring me Bentara. Yes, on you go. Come on, win me the set.
Let's say easier. At least. Anyway, Verona really had a good chance to make the game longer. And now they have to stay together because Perugia will have a great chance to close the game.
Yes, I think in terms of the teams in the Italian league and the men's league, I think from the women's perspective, I am going to say that, and again, people watching, please prove me wrong. I think that Conegliano have the greatest team ever assembled.
Yeah. The fun thing is that they seem stronger than the last year, and last year they won everything.
Yes. Well, you've got the 2 best outside hitters in the world in Juting and Gabi. Then you've got Kali and Lanya on the bench.
Yeah.
Okay, so great. Then you've got the 4 middle blockers.
On the bench,
Yeah, Vukashik on the bench. You've got 4 middle blockers. Any 4, all of 2 play. The 2 that are on the bench would start in any other team. And likewise for the outsides, you've got the greatest setter, I think, in women's volleyball in Asha Bosch. And so, yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful team. And Isabella Hack, I think, Hawk, when she's as good as any of the top. She's more consistent than Igonu right now in terms of who the teams have got around the world in opposite players. Yeah, it's a superstar team, and I think Perugia are almost there as well with their team. Which other teams do you like in that sense from the Italian league?
I think that the only team that has proven to stay head-to-head with Perugia at their best is Trento.
Yeah.
But Trento does not have all the alternatives. If Trento had lost Micheletto, which is the equivalent of Plotnitsky right now, they wouldn't have the same level of response from the bench without anything taken away from the good players that Trento has on the bench. Speaking of Conegliano, again, the incredible thing is that Cristina Chirichella was cast out of the Italian national team. Is probably among the 3 best middle blockers of the season. In the final of the World Club Championship, when they were fighting back from Tianjin Bohai in the first set, she defended by diving completely, laying on the ground and set on one hand for Gabi. And that's the level of the team Conegliano has right now.
And that's kind of the level where Verona would like to get to at the moment. They are 2-0 down. They gave it a really good go in set 2. They had 2 set-point chances but couldn't take them. They are up by a point here in the third. A must-win set for them. No changes for Perugia for this set. Bentara back to the bench, having done his job in the serving. No changes either for Verona as they look to try and take this set up 2-0. Good start.
Mosic really on fire right now. Keita did a lot in defense, but lost a bit of brilliancy on the offensive side. They are marking him very well.
Tough one for Semenya, but that's good play. Oh, unlucky Herrera. Good swing, Mosic. Yes. Flex those pecs.
Yeah, the paradox is that after a set like that, you would expect the momentum being on the third set of Perugia, but a little lack of precision by Simone Giannelli, and Verona, like they didn't just lose a set that way.
Another good play, Semenya. Oh, but he's touched the net.
Lorenzetti calls the timeout immediately because it's not a start at the level Perugia usually keeps.
4-0. Sometimes you can think the job is done at 2-0. And maybe that's the case here for Perugia. So Lorenzetti calling timeout.
Avete speso molto per recuperare quel set lì. Pazienza qua. Quella lì è di posizione da 2. Seme e Max più avanti, più stretti. Ok? Fatevi cercare le righe e andate. Ok? Togliti la fine e vai. Oramai quello che è stato, Siamo attaccati. Vai.
Aside some technical indications to stay more narrow in the center of the court, he said, okay guys, I know you have spent a lot to fight back and win the second set. Let's accept it. What is done is done.
That's good. Again, good coaching, isn't it? Recognizing that situation, not telling them off for being 4-0 down. There's still plenty of points to play with in this set. There's time and points to get back into it, but it starts now.
That's very Lorenzetti, this kind of timeout.
And just like that, Semeniuk with swing hitting 101, gets out wide, opens up the cross-court angle with his body position, and then he's got acres of line.
After 2 direct mistakes at the beginning of the set, he finds his first attack.
Keita not having to move. Ginelli touched the net.
It's the 4th direct error from Perugia, over 5 points scored from by Verona in this set. It's impressive. Yeah, falls on the net.
Nice pass.
Wow.
Well, as good as Keita is, Ishikawa in those situations just as good. He may not hit it from as high, but the speed with which he hits it makes it almost impossible to defend.
Ishikawa and Herrera have 8 points each, all from attacking situations, and are the best scorers on the Perugia court side.
Well left, not causing any trouble that time, Russo.
It's like Perugia versus Perugia right now. Perugia scored 2 points for them and 5 points for the opponents so far.
God, that ball had some super movement. But now Perugia, with that recycle, have everyone available. Oh, Herrera, he's unlucky. He's gone thumb down on this. He's overcut it. You've got to hit right through the middle of this. You can't be hitting it at 9 o'clock. If you imagine the ball's a clock face, he's hit that at 9 o'clock, and as a result, he's just sent it straight out. There's Fernandino Di Giorgi, the head coach for Italy, watching on. All the stars are here, all the coaches, and a lot of the players as well, past and present, watching on.
Gianelli's trying to find some alternative solutions, because he saw Semeniuk and Herrera not giving him much guarantee of scoring the next attack. Trying to protect them a little bit.
Going after Keita, but he's dealt with it, not only from the pass but also from the attack.
It's the 14th winner from the attack. Very good job on Herrera's end. Herrera must keep more composure against Keita.
It's almost as if he needs to go a count later against him. Too many touches, is it? Oh, catch ball called. Mosic going to complain.
Ma aperta del centrale mi pare sia cosa esagerata, insomma.
In a very Roman accent. At the open end of the middle blocker, I think it's pretty evident that it's a foul, he said. A very strong Rome accent. Very strong Rome accent.
Not to be for Ishikawa. I have seen Ishikawa and Takahashi playing for Japan in Australia, against Australia, when it was World League. I think it was Group 2 back then, and those two took Australia apart from the serving line. just on their own. It was unbelievable serving display. Zingel may well have been playing for Australia back then. That's a great block from Keita. This is some lead now for Verona. And there might be changes coming for Perugia.
Vassim Bentara, as you can see, he gives some kind of belt to protect the back and the abdominal zone, because that's where things didn't go well physically lately. But now he's on court.
And in fact, yes, changes have come. Herrera's off. Bentara is on, and Jensen gets to serve again.
What amazes me is the complete blackout situation Semeniuk is going through. He played with this solid certainties on the technical side. He's basically making all mistakes or suffering blocks, and he knows he doesn't have a backup right now because Dudnicki is injured.
Cianciotto really the only backup for Perugia, the young outside hitter, but unlikely he'll get on court unless there's an injury to Ishikawa or Semeniuk. Solid siding out again by Verona. Swing that from Zingel. A little too high for Ishikawa. Block able to get involved, but woodwork. But not woodwork. Good work by Russo. Oh, good set, Zingel. Oh, wonderful swing from Mozic. There are going to be more changes here, actually, and I was saying that Cianciotto wouldn't get on unless there was an injury. I think
for Ishikawa.
Yeah, not the case at all. As we look at that replay of Mozic putting it on the floor and enjoying the fans' response. Yeah, I can't hear you. Are you not entertained? Yes, we are. So Cianciotto's on. Ishikawa's off. Ace serve. What a time to come up with that.
Lorenzetti has just decided that they're going to live today and fight tomorrow, in my opinion. He's talking to Ishikawa. He carried it hand by hand, hand in hand to the bench, and then talking to him very closely.
Massive block.
Abayev.
He's a good player, isn't he? Coming into this Verona team, they just almost like a motley crew of players, and they're just coming together really well this season. And Abayev, the linchpin in all of that. Well, that's unlucky. Abayev trying to throw it back.
Own goal by
yes.
The physical presence of Verona when they block is impressive. Also, Abayev was the smallest player on the court. He really has a presence. But Perugia is not lucid right now. They suffer a lot of blocks. They don't manage to find any smart solutions on the block. And Zingel can do whatever he wants right now.
Fabulous swing. Zingel with a warm-up hit, pretty much. That's a good pass. But not only that, Keita in again. He's ready to go on the pipe.
The only 2 points he scored in the attack were 2 of the last 5 rallies, I think.
Wow. Good swing, Bentara. And I'll tell you something now, out of your picture. Russo, just then, he landed awkwardly. You can just see, watch Russo. He lands awkwardly, and he's called to the bench for a substitution. So Russo has gone off, and Solé has come on. Russo's hurt his groin.
Yeah.
This is not good for Perugia. They are falling like flies at the moment with injuries. And that's hard lines for Russo.
Yes, the groin and the thigh, maybe. But right now I can manage to see where they are operating on him. Mozic scores again. It's a dangerous game for us.
It is. This ball that just goes out of screen now. It's just hit the monitors next to us with the commentators. Yeah. They're all having a giggle.
But Andrea Brogioni says, okay,
that's all right.
Everything's...
Good play. Now, Cianciotta, many of you may not know this. He's the youngster here for the team in Perugia, coming in very recently to the team. He's come from Castellana Grotti, but he in A2 scored 364 points. He was by far and away the best scorer in A2 when he was there. 26 blocks, 31 aces.
And like Mats Jensen, he began as a setter at the beginning of his career.
It's a good touch from Cianciotta.
Now everything is very easy. Also psychologically for Verona, the ball is, I believe it's in.
Well, they're looking for a touch in the block. I don't think they're going to get it.
Rado, cosa? Okay. In out.
Oh, in out, sorry.
Yeah. Yes, he wasn't sure. He didn't understand in the first place. I believe it's in, but I have a big pair of glasses which you don't have, so you maybe saw it correctly. Okay, you have it too. Even bigger than mine.
Yes.
Why didn't you wear it?
Because I could see the ball was in.
It's in.
Because it just showed us. Nice swing in the end.
Without the glasses, I couldn't tell Verona and Perugia from the giant pineapple and banana of the sponsor around the court. How do you do that?
We're just reading glasses, honest.
Okay.
Mozic to serve.
That is also to say, when we call for the ball in, ball out, don't believe us. We don't manage to see it.
This would be the most dramatic of turnarounds if Perugia were able to take this set.
I think they're going to try to get back some pace, find back some pace, some rhythm, some quality, and then see what happens. But Verona has a big chance to keep the lead.
Oh, that's not made it. Gone for the dent in the floor, but at the expense of accuracy. Well, look at that set from Abeyev, though. That is a world-class set. But Case has let his left arm fall to the floor and it's dragged him around.
Possibly it would have been better to try to attack in the opposite direction than the one the blockers were moving towards. Okay, as far as the errors go, Perugia grew a lot. They have 19 now. Verona has 23. They almost rewarded the set to Perugia. And yet the trend is opposite. Perugia is raising and Verona is decreasing the mistakes.
Goodness me. I think we've got two of probably the highest jumpers in the league in Bentara and Keita. In fact, there's here at the venue, there's a sticker on the wall which shows that Keita's up at 3 meters 55. And when you go and stand next to that, that's almost two of you, isn't it?
I think Bentara never skipped leg day in his life.
Oh, goodness me, no.
I can't imagine where he buys the trousers because he has big legs.
They'll be custom made for him because they won't go, because a pair of trousers to fit round his thighs wouldn't fit round his waist. They'd be massive. So you'd have to have them custom made.
That's exactly like that.
Job done by Cianciotta. The chat from Lorenzetti to Ishikawa has been had. He's now back on the court. Jensen with the serve. Lack of accuracy from Ginelli. Losser cannot find the point. Verona now 5 away from taking this set and staying in the match.
We mentioned volleyball before the rally point system. I remember games where a team would go ahead 2-0 and then play a set very negative, like steaming out all the pressure and then focusing on the fourth set. It's less likely in the rally point system.
Well, that's a lovely ace from Jensen. Pretty much seals the deal here. A 10-point lead. They only need 4. But the worry for Perugia is this way in which Verona are going back to the business of finishing this set off. There's no strong charge here from Perugia. Oh, that'll do. Chicken wing from Semeniuk. But transition volleyball here for Verona. Oh, well played, Ishikawa, that's skill. And we've got a mid-rally challenge by Stoichev for net touch, I think.
Yeah.
So he's got to win this, otherwise they lose the point.
Stoichev wouldn't leave anything without going safe through, even though the advantage is massive. He shows something you want to see if he can give a single point of advantage to his team. I think this is the way you transmit the mentality to the team. Now, the problem is Perugia had time to find back some rhythm, some pace, and they didn't take the chance. I think they are freezing cold right now. Yeah, net touch by Semino.
Yeah, it's a tough one because the net was moving, isn't it? And anyway, so you've got to judge, did the player go into the net or did the net go into the player? And it's been deemed that Semeniuk went into the net. So good tie, a good call that from Stoichev. That's better, but a good dig by Verona. They'll get another chance. And that's better from Jensen. He's on a roll at the moment, is the Danish international.
I think the stats sheet for Perugia in the second set will look crazy, like numbers we have never seen in a Perugia stats sheet after a set.
Not to be, but the job is pretty much done here by Verona, barring a couple of points.
Now the overall errors are almost the same. 13 each on the serve, 9 against 11. Perugia has done a little less, but very little right now. There's not the huge difference there was at the beginning of the game.
No! Oh, yes! 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 Keita, magnificent. He's gone all Engapet again. But from a higher place and with much more flair. That's almost a 360.
I'm gonna look at Simone Giannelli's face in the last few minutes because I think he didn't like this.
The fans loved it.
I'm curious because I think when there is a really big gap in the score and you play you do the circus play, I think Simone Giannelli is one who doesn't dig something like that. I'm trying to look at him, at his face.
Maybe, yes, doesn't like the showboating, but maybe that will inspire him in the next set. Bentara with the serve.
Wow.
Oh, good save. Very good save, Jensen. Free ball now, Perugia. So 1 set point saved. Bit of momentum maybe for Perugia as we move into the next set shortly, surely. I say that, you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Now Russo's been medicated, and he's still there. I don't think if he can go back to the game. I think Bentara is quite fit.
That will do it. The ball put on the floor very nicely, and as a result of that swing from Martin Chevalier, Verona take the set. It is now 2-1 for Perugia, but Verona very much back in the match.
Now I really don't know what to expect from the first minutes of the full set. Lorenzetti is talking to the team. Russo has suffered some kind of injury, maybe the injury he already had suffered coming back. In the half court of Verona, they're doing really simple and effective things. But I don't think this Perugia will show up this way again in the full set.
No, it's not often Perugia get beat to 14. That might be the first time this season, actually. They've been beaten that badly. Those are the stats then from the set. Far more attacks from Verona. No blocks at all for Perugia. No, well, there was an ace. Hold on. No, there wasn't. It was brought back by Jensen, so okay, well done. And then more errors than Verona.
I don't think there were only 8. I should count them back. I think there was a bit more.
No, Bentara's ace was on the other side, wasn't it, in the last set? The swing he had just now was almost an ace, but Jensen brought it back and it was free ball Perugia.
It would be interesting to count not only the direct errors from the serve, from the attack, but also the number of blocks they suffered. I missed it.
And the 2 blocks, Perugia were blocked twice.
And in general, a situation where almost nothing worked. So let's read the stat sheets.
Well, the last time these two teams played was in the league. At the beginning of the season, back in September, it was an easy win for Perugia, 3-0, which Donovan Javronok was playing for Verona at that time, but he's now out for a year. He's had knee surgery. He's going to be missing for a while. But then the second match was actually in December, and it was a 3-2 win for Perugia. And Verona, they did really well in that particular match. In fact, Javronok played in that one. It was only just after that he came up with his injury. He scored the biggest score in that one. Zingle got 8 points. Cortese got 6. Abayev got a couple. Keita 19 points. And actually, Sani played for Verona with 8 points. Jensen was just a substitute in that match. Came in sets 2 and 3. Mozic, 26 points. And the big scorer for Perugia in that one was Bentara with 17. Ishikawa just 4 points. He come on in set 5. Semeniuk 10 points. Plotnitsky 27 points. Just shows you how much they miss Plotnitsky right now.
He's become probably the best server, one of the best receivers, one of the best attackers, especially from pipe of the entire
and
league.
He's wasted his time, hasn't he? He's done his time on the bench for Perugia. He was just literally a serving specialist for them for a couple of seasons.
And after the war in Ukraine started, he suffered a really big psychological breakdown because of the situation at home. The first coach who worked on it was Nicola Gerbic, and then Angelo Lorenzetti did a great job. Almost became like a second father for Ole, and you saw the results on the court.
Well, that's great. So into transition, 4th set's underway. Chance for Perugia to score. That's a good touch. Another opportunity for Semeniuk. Oh, yes! Get some sand and let him play. That was the cuttiest of cut shots.
Beautiful, beautiful. Also because there was no simple solution to this. Very huge block, and he hasn't been scoring for a while.
Well, just going back to that point you made about Plotnitsky and Ukraine, I think that's where it's really important to say that this is sport. And it's important that we use those sporting terminologies. A lot of times we hear things like the ball's alive, the ball's dead, it's a kill, it's a bomb, it's a rocket, it's detonated, it's an onslaught, it's a killing blow. And it's not. It's none of those things. It never will be. It's just sport. And that's what we need to celebrate. And that's great. Lorenzetti, as you say, acting as a father figure for Plotnitsky. And then having all his brothers around him here as well in Perugia as the players has allowed him to excel. Plotnitsky is a great player. That's good work, but it's a good block for Verona.
It's the 3rd from Abayev. Quite an impact on the game.
He lines it up really well, though, doesn't he? And then he just waits. He's a really solid blocker.
Ishikawa tried to push the ball against the wall, block, didn't manage much to hold the ball.
Good play from Semeniuk. You've got to find the solutions so quickly, haven't you, on these pipe attacks?
He's going back as the key player for Perugia right now after a very negative set. I think that's a mentality of champions, accepting that in certain moments you cannot have an influence on the edge of the game, and in certain others, yes, you can.
Continuation block. Oh, off the chest ups can be the best ups. However, Bentara is unable to get over to that one. So Verona have the point.
The lady with the red jacket saw all her life go towards her eyes, afraid of Bentara stepping on her.
She was doing it with a big smile on her face. Here comes Bentara. I'm okay. He's okay. She was getting out of the way. Wow. Oh, he's got this innate ability to go from inside the court to outside the court and then hit back on the angle. If you watch his approach here, normally you come around and back in, but he's going straight out and then hits back in. So he's drifting away from the ball a little bit. It's amazing.
One of his favorite shots. Yeah, great. And the Block Devils, the fans of Perugia.
It's incessant from the Block Devils fans. They're always making noise. Nicely done, Mozic against Ishikawa. That's a good mismatch for Mozic to exploit.
It's his 19th point. He's the top scorer of the first semi-final of the Coppa Italia.
Mozic to serve.
Wow.
Free swing. Semenyuk's got the look of a man who means business right now. There's no celebration in this. This is, I want more, give me more, I want to keep doing that.
I think it was his cousin in the third set, not the same guy who's scoring everything right now. Wow.
Ishikawa's got an ace. Perugia up by 2. Perugia are back in this match.
It's only the second ace conceded by Verona in the whole game. This was really a hard serve towards zone 1. Ishikawa is stepping up to the challenge too after a hard third set.
Gone after Mozic again. There's no pipe attack coming. That's not going to stay in play. And tell you what, Ishikawa's furious with himself that he hasn't dug that. But who could dig that? Keita's hit this at an incredibly good angle.
It was really strong. I think it was around 120, 125 kilometers per hour.
If anything, he needs to have a word with Semenyuk and say, "Oi, get in the block."
Yeah.
Wow. Ishikawa gets aced.
Marco Vitelli, specialist of the jump serve.
Oh, he's got it spot on, hasn't he? Marco Vitelli, who's just appeared on Utelli, and he's come up with an ace.
Won the University Championships a year and a half ago with the Italian national team.
Good set. That might stay in play though. Good save, Mo. Unlucky. It's gone further away.
Well, it's a good thing for Verona that Bentara is not so physically well.
Well,
if he was, what would he have done?
But what's happening though, it's a little bit like Tiger Woods when he was injured. His golf got even better because he was slowing things down, and Bentara's the same here. He's a little straighter in the air. He's just kind of playing within himself, and it's more than enough, isn't it?
Yeah. And Verona is struggling in finding a position and a timing to try to block him.
More trouble here maybe for Verona. Oh, good touch, Russo. Jensen out of the play. Keita's not though. Another little tippy, and that will do it. Gianelli was still moving.
Jensen did an impressive defense for a guy his size. And now both teams are playing very well. Russo manipulated again the physiotherapist.
Yeah, just out of your picture, Russo going off the court, receiving some more treatment, getting some strapping on his thigh.
That probably means Lorenzetti wants to have the Russo option further in the game because Candelaro already took his jacket off, but he has the second libero uniform tonight.
Wow, you are kidding me. Keita's been making dents in the floor, and now so too is Bentara.
And you see the frustration. Keita can't block Bentara and almost tears the net down. Excess of aggression.
Bentara now gets to serve. Good leave from Jensen.
He's been the game changer so far. He was the guy who turned the second set around. Tita was the dominator of the first set, but Verona didn't manage to win it, and now, wow.
That's the one area where Semeniuk's not been happy in this match. It's the one area where he has struggled. He hasn't got the time to take a step, and he can't get there quickly enough with his arms, and there's no one to help him because it's right on that sideline. Great serve, Keita. I'd love to know what that celebration is.
He does it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the bird in English, but I know it in Italian. Airone. I'm gonna come with the translation.
Okay, good man.
Okay. Wow.
Another good swing from Mozic.
They got 20 points each. 20 Keita with the ace, 20 Mozic with this attack.
Timeout called.
Insieme, non mettiamo giù la testa. Del muro ve l'ho parlato, del muro loro. Ok? Allora, le soluzioni con la palla alta le state provando solo in sopra. Qui adesso c'è l'alzatore. O è questo, mani auto, TikTok facciamo. Ok? E non con la manina così. Così, va bene? Abbiamo un set ancora per provarci! Proviamo, via!
Lorenzetti says, let's not put our heads down, and then says, the solutions against the strong block, you are trying them so and so, literally. He says he doesn't want the hand like this, intra-rotation closing the hit, but like this, extra rotation, to try to hit the block and go outside of the court where nobody can defend. And then says, we have one more set to try, because they have a one set margin still.
Wow. Oh, he's got him again! What a serve from Keita. It's the heron he's doing.
Yeah. 7 aces for Verona, 2 for Perugia. It's unlikely to see Perugia suffer more aces than they get.
But it's such a good place to go because Semeniuk's view is somewhat hampered by Losser right in front of him. And then Losser getting a really good view of that one though, and the side out is achieved, but how much damage? Quite a bit.
Is that true that the regulations about screening the server is about to change? You will not be allowed to keep your hands up.
Okay, because at the minute you can do what you like with your hands, and the only way the screen, for those of you wondering, the only way a screen is ever called is if you were to contact the ball below the height of the net. So any jump serve, any jump float serve, doesn't matter what the block's doing in front or the players are doing in front. That's exactly what Lorenzetti was asking for from Ishikawa. As translated by Fabrizio. Well done.
Thank you. I think it's a good balance for Perugia being only down by 1 with the Verona playing with this intensity.
Just crunched up a little bit too much then. Semeniuk didn't try and stretch his shoulder away from his hips on the serve.
It's only his first error from the serve in the whole game.
Okay, I guess we can let him off then.
Guy's so precise in details.
Yes, he's a very mechanical player, isn't he? Very, as you say, precise, good skill. Oh, yes. But, oh no, good block. Mozic gets him. Perhaps a little bit tentative that time from Bentara.
And again, Marco Vitelli found an ace, found a block. The difference in the score right now is mostly his good.
You cannot give Ishikawa gaps in the block. There's 3 places he could have gone then, line in the middle or cross court. And going in the middle is the best place because that's where there's difficulty to defend. Continuation block only. Abayev can go again. And that will be a point for Moss. I love his reactions. They're so cool, aren't they? And he loves it as well. He's only jesting. We'll just watch as he turns away.
You know, Verona is all about cockiness, all about showing that they believe in themselves. Perugia is not giving you those vibes, you know? They were ahead. They didn't really seem to get the advantage in the momentum, even when doing good things. And now you see Roberto Russo trying to provoke the opponents a little bit.
So too is Ishikawa. Ishikawa really trying to get the team up a level here.
See Russo looking at Mosic and saying, are you celebrating that way now? And Stefano Cesare scolding them immediately.
Gianelli. Puts a little bit of side spin on that one. Oh, good up. Slight mishit it was, but that is a bigger mishit though from Ishikawa. And so Verona keep their 3-point lead.
That was a bad mistake because Abayev and Vitelli didn't get the right timing on the set. It was a chance, but Ishikawa didn't find the block.
Well, there's a little there for everybody watching in Japan who are desperate to say hello to Ishikawa. I'm sure you'll be delighted to receive those hellos. Right now, his team need to receive some points, though. This is going great. We could be going 5. Well, we wanted 5, didn't we? We might be getting 5.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a serious opportunity, especially if Verona keeps serving like this. You never see a stable reception in the Perugia half court the last 2 sets.
They've been chiseling away at this passing in. That's another good serve. Oh, it's such a good ball from Bentara. And he's done that because that's the important thing about volleyball. For those of you kind of new to the game, height equals time. And Bentara gave time for everybody to get out and come back in and be back in system on transition.
And Russo keeping Perugia in the set on one leg, while Colacci did a miracle on the previous serve by Mosic, keeping it alive.
Abayev with his running spikes on. Oh, lovely. That's the hang time for Keita, which you can't compete with, really. And the block trying to get so high towards him, they don't get far enough across the net.
He didn't even take the ball at full height. He spiked like the height of his head. He jumped so much that he had to, like, you know,
that's ridiculous.
Bend the elbow.
Yes. Good ball, Colacci.
Wow.
That is some touch. Swing chance. Oh, well done, Russo. Got his hands out the way, but played Colacci. Ooh, bit of an error. Lorenzetti can't quite believe it. But there's a chance again here for Perugia. High and wide for Bentara. What a swing. What a swing.
And from now on, nobody's celebrating a point looking towards his half court. They're all looking the other half court.
That is ridiculous. It's Russo to serve. That's a great serve. He's got the overpass. Free ball, Perugia. And that's off of Keita and into the antenna. Clever play from Bentara, just using that hand nearest to the antenna.
That's impressive. Russo almost walking on one leg, deciding with the block, with the attack, with the serve right now.
Russo once again. Bentara waiting at the net. No, Keita's missed it.
I think they're going to call the video check. I'm not sure.
This might be a chime out, mightn't it? Which is, for those who wondering what a chime out is, that's when you call for a challenge because you don't want to use a timeout.
Yeah. That's a good definition. I got it right now.
Yeah. They do need a bit of a breather, maybe. And a chat between Stoichev and his assistant.
Speaking of timeouts, it was so good to see Velasco last summer, leaving the result in favor of Italy aside, using the timeout with no shame. Like, when it's a timeout, you call the players and you start talking. You don't even care about what is happening on the screen at the Olympic Games. You just need to.
Yeah, I just need to chat to you. Come on, challenge. Yeah.
Won't even hide the fact that it was a timeout.
There's a timeout there, though, by Verona.
Focus. Adesso batterà forte 5-6. 5-6. Non dobbiamo andare dove Rock, mantieni l'equilibrio, non andare in zona di conflitto indietro. Dobbiamo mantenere la calma, non andiamo di fretta. Sul muro a 3 però saltiamo per murare, non per toccarlo. Ritardiamo un po' in massima invadenza, Aiden. Sul muro a 3. Non voglio mani fuori sul muro a 3, dentro.
Okay, so Stoichev says next serve will be strong in zone 5 or 6. Let's see if he got it correctly. And then said to Vitelli and the blockers, we don't want to block to touch the ball, we want to block and send the ball back. I don't want block out, he said. So late jump and go in with the arms.
Really get across the net, get as close to the ball as possible. 10 points, 3 blocks. Good work so far for Russo. That's a lovely pass. Ooh. Oh, good save. And now there's better opportunity here, more options. This is what Perugia are all about.
This defense from Soleil from the second line of Perugia can be decisive.
Well, it was a dig from Russo.
Yeah.
And we talk about middle blockers, wasn't it? Not, we'll be pleased if you do make one. It's an expectation for Perugia's middles to make blocks, to make digs.
And Vitelli right before, if you remember, on Ventana. So
Yep.
the middle blockers are protagonists of the defenses lately. Ooh!
Oh, what a piece of luck that is. It's good enough. It might come back. Bentara, oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Well, you can't blame someone being in the way. That's the crowd. They're allowed to be there, and they don't have to move. You're now outside the court.
Yeah, but you see how thin is the line right now between a point for Perugia and a point for Verona. This is the kind of moment that a game at this level should bring to us.
Indeed it should. Jensen serving. Verona up by 1. Up by 2. It's an ace.
And Lorenzetti says it's in.
What a serve from Jensen.
It's the 8th ace for Verona and the 3rd for Mats Jensen.
And they've all come in and around Semeniuk. In that corner. Easy one that time for Semeniuk to deal with. And the middle works perfectly well.
See the difference in the use of the middle blockers between the two setters. The Perugia middle blockers combined 13 points. The Verona middle blockers combined 4.
Wow.
That's very, very Stoichev.
It's also very, very Giannelli. He loves his middles if they're available, particularly in transition. Great touch. Little like Gator from Ishikawa, and he's gone too early for the second. We thought that was being hammered. Didn't expect hands to get in the way of it. Good play, Keita.
Giannelli could reach the height of Keita, but Keita was very, very fast in using his hands. And now Piccinelli again for a round of reception.
That's a good pass in the circumstances. A little bit of a collision. That might come back. Good save, Bentara. Free ball for Verona. And they managed to make the point. They are up by 3.
It's Keita's 25th Now Soler replaces Loser. Lorenzetti has been happy with the contribution Loser gave in attack because he's a very good attacker, not with what he did on the blocking side, on the blocking phase.
We do wonder in part whether that substitution was just to delay Keita a little bit longer. Ishikawa's going to come back in now.
Piccinelli could receive a very hard serve from Keita, but he didn't manage to find the side out immediately. Tried to give his contribution with a single ball touch in this fourth set. Wow.
Lovely pass. And a fantastic hit from Mozic.
Brilliant reception from D'Amico on a very strong serve.
He's got a unique arm swing, Mozic. He really comes up over the top of the ball, almost like a bowler. And he just gets lovely height and power as a result. Zingel.
But the complete arm extension when you hit the ball is the clear sign that you have a proper technique and a good use of your body when you attack.
Oh dear. Ishikawa shut down. Abeyev gets him once more. A wry smile to his teammates. He offers nothing back to Ishikawa.
Perugia outplayed physically is something you see very, very seldom. And that's the fourth block from Abayev, the 10th for Verona against only 4 for Perugia.
Verona got here by beating Piacenza 3-2. Now they are here. They are giving it to Perugia. A free ball. Oh, yes, Abeyev goes and does the second ball option. And it's a really big lead for Verona. We might be going 5. Well, just maybe a little bit of afters when Abeyev put that on the floor. No, he didn't. He just turned around.
Yeah.
Datemi la mano che è più bello, ok? Rado, vai, lo so io perché, tranquillo.
Said, shake your hands, it's better like that.
2 gialli, ok?
And then Rado, please go away, because Stoichev was going there to pressure.
But he just did give a yellow card, right?
Yeah, both yellow
to
cards.
Abeyev.
Abayev and Bentara.
Okay. Bit of afters. Oh, goodness, Semeniuk can't make the cover. It's another block for Verona.
And Abayev resisted the temptation of saying something. You see,
Oh, he just gave him a look, didn't he?
and then he said, no, let's keep calm.
Yeah, because the next thing now, both teams on yellow card. The next infraction for anyone in the rest of this match would be red card. It's set point Verona. And Soleil puts it down. Such a good comeback by Verona in this set. Perugia had looked like they'd handled it all and they just edged in front a bit, but Verona are having none of it.
It seems like the physical effort of the game is much heavier on Perugia's shoulders than Verona's. And Verona is all about physicality. I mean, it's a very, very physical team.
Indeed. Pietro Bonisolo is on, normally a libero, playing as a passer hitter. And that will do it. 25-19, Verona take the set. We are going 5.
Your wish came true. Our wish came true.
And all the neutrals and all the Verona fans who may have secretly been worried it could be 3-0 against them, but now outwardly delighted that this is going the distance, and they've got just as good a chance for Perugia to win this on the basis of how both teams have played.
Before the game, I told you I still believe Perugia was the team with the biggest chances to win. Right now, I believe Verona has the odds in their favor because physically and psychologically and emotionally, look at Giannelli. He stays there for a second for the coin toss and then leaves.
Yeah, and Mozic is trying to get the ref's attention so he can shake their hands. He's all about, hey, come on. He's enjoying every second of this.
Yeah, because Verona has this a bit provocative style, which is, you know, what you can do in a sport without contact, trying to...
It's
put the
crazy,
emotion.
right? It's so crazy, though, because I once had a team I was coaching, and they were far better than the team we were playing against.
Okay.
But the team we were playing against suddenly started doing all of that through the net, the little chat, little this, and they got back in the match. Yeah. And then they started to win. And then I called a timeout, and I just said to the players, if you were deaf, we would have won this already. And they just looked at me and went, what? I went, all you've done is listen to what they've said to you, and you've let it get into your heads, and you've let it affect your performance. That's all they've got. They don't have anything that they can beat you with in terms of the game, because you're far superior. But you've allowed them to get in your head. So get them out of your head and get playing. And that's a little bit maybe what's happening here. Perugia, Verona getting in their head a bit. They're not happy. They're trying to get them out, get away from them, focus on themselves. Perugia out-attack Verona. But look, again, 4 blocks, 4 aces. Serving pressure from Verona has been really good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's impressive. 8 against 2. We're talking about the whole aces during the game. And 11 monster blocks against 4. Again, this physical difference in favor of Perugia's opponent is so rare to see. And the errors were the problem of Verona in the first 2 sets are no longer. More or less, we have the same errors. Perugia did 2 less in the whole game.
So just having a quick look at individual performance. Jensen, who's 3 aces, and he's 41% in attack, 13 points against Semeniuk, who hasn't done quite as well in that way and struggled a little bit with the passing, but Jensen hasn't had to do any passing.
You see the 4 blocks making the difference in Perugia's efficiency, in Verona's efficiency against Perugia's. While the reception was pretty bad for both, but still Verona managed to hold the ball, to make it playable. Perugia didn't. And now you have Solé and Russo, which I believe is the 3rd different starting couple of middle blockers for Perugia.
And Bentara is also starting this set. No changes for Verona. Away we go then. Set number 5 of this first semi-final here in Bologna at the Del Monte Coppa Italia. And first point for Perugia. So they've got Keita serving first, Verona, because he'll at least go back and serve again. He might even get another one after that if he's lucky, but that's the idea. Same likewise, Bentara first to serve for Perugia, because in this race to 15, if you get ranked twice, you'd be lucky. Important. Oh no! Not sided out. Somehow Semeniuk gets his hands, a foot on it.
No.
But they've not got it off the block.
Yeah, Lorenzetti believes that there was a touch. I don't think Verona is going to admit touches anymore during the game. I think they're gonna
make us wait and see.
Yeah. And Giannelli and Stoichev fighting again. Now every single war, every single gesture, every single face on one side or the other of the net will unleash a reaction. Ishikawa didn't find the block. So 1-1.
That's such a well-formed block. There is no gaps. He had to try and go on the fringe of it.
The idea of going on the fringe, I think it was correct, but you have to hit it.
Zingel, unfortunately for him, unable to keep it in play. He was a little slow getting to that one. Oh, it just come off the block a bit and changed his angles, didn't it?
Look at Russo. Again, you see when he falls, you see him, the leg is not completely right, but he's keeping scoring points and doing good things for his team.
Great touch by Giannelli. Oh, brilliant block. Abayev is having a super match.
6th block for Konstantin Abayev. Most of them on Kamil Semeniuk in this kind of situation. or Ishikawa.
Yes, he's got them both, hasn't he, a couple of times. Good touch, Mozic. Jensen comes good. The Verona fans are going crazy. Verona have the lead. They really want this. That's a top set as well from Abayev.
Would you think it's madness if Verona wins the game and Abayev is the MVP?
It wasn't. That was Vitelli set that ball.
Vitelli, yeah, in this case.
Oh,
I
my
was thinking
goodness.
about the previous block by
yes.
Abayev.
No, he's definitely on course for that, isn't he?
And on the other side, Roberto Russo to my choice, because I think he's really showing the teammates what it means to not let the game go.
He's definitely got a niggle in his thigh stroke groin area, but he's just getting on with getting on. It's his serve. Good set. Too easy for Keita. Need to go on a sharper angle. Jensen finds the angle. Verona back in front.
Lorenzetti says, let's not think about this. Semenya really struggling. He found his focus back in the first half of the fourth set and then lost it again. Wow. Impressive.
Ace serve! Oh my goodness, it's all going Verona's way. 5-3, timeout called.
It's 23rd point for Rok Mozic.
Siamo la situazione. Siamo sotto con 3 palle a punto. Allora, abbiamo fatto tutto il contrario di tutto. Sulla palla spinta possiamo fare così, ma non è tutto il contrario di tutto. Vi ho detto i colpi che dobbiamo provare. Li proviamo, non viene, è uguale. Perché
Leaving the final curse. It's aside.
Apologies for the language.
No, not particularly dirty, but not good to translate. He says, we are doing everything and the contrary of everything. We are trying things that we haven't prepared. Let's do the hits we prepared. And he said, we are down by 2, but we had 2 point balls to transform. And that's the thing that he doesn't like. He sees the team wasting the chances they have. Then Coach Fabio Soli, he was in his sweat uniform right before. Right now he's got a jacket and a bow tie. He's ready to be at courtside for Trento versus Lube.
Full focus from Ginelli. It's going to require full focus from the passing unit here for Verona. Decent ball from Keita. Oh, lovely. Top swing by Vitelli.
Quite an impact. 1 ace, 1 block, 2 winning spikes.
And the set of the match as well.
Yeah. Basically, you almost score a point for every time you touch the ball, more or less. Now makes a...
Oh, we talked him up too much, didn't we?
Yeah.
Lovely pass again. Verona soaking up this Perugia serve, making their side outs, keeping themselves in front. And by that very fact, just keeping that little bit of pressure on Perugia. It's not comfortable for them at all.
And now Keita has scored more points than the 2 best scorers for Perugia summed together. Wow.
Indeed, wow. That ball from Kalachi, he's playing defense off that. It's almost up into the ceiling, but it was so easy for Ginelli to do that with it and then it still creates a bit of speed that Zingel's late to arrive. Wonderful play. Now, Soleil to serve. Clever, with Mozic ready for it.
Wow.
Keita. Too easy.
In this situation, the serve is slow, should give the blockers the time to end up in front of Keita, well attached, but I think Russo's tight prevents him from moving very fast from one side to the other.
And it looked as well, didn't it, like Bentara going a little too wide.
Yeah. Should have waited for him.
I think they can leave the line for Keita. Let him swing. He's had a couple of swings and misses down there. He's loving hitting the angle. They need to take that away from him if they can.
Exactly. You can at least try to challenge him, and then if he scores...
Lovely pass. With Semenyuk out of the attack. But that's okay. Ishikawa makes side out. Perugia still trailing.
Right now the two teams are in full temperature. Let's see if Verona manages to keep the break of advantage they have.
Bentara. Well played, D'Amico. And a top swing from Mozic. Their side-out game is faultless for the moment, Verona.
And this was a very important round of serve because Bentara is the one who turned around the second set with the serve. And he's already out because Mozic immediately found the side out.
Oh, Zingel. He didn't want to do that. He's furious with himself. Stoichev's like, don't worry about it, buddy. Get ready to come back on in a few points' time. Ishikawa looking to challenge Verona's serve-receive unit. It's not bad. It has to go wide. That is immaculate. What a play.
One of the blockers from Perugia, I think Russo, took the hands away. Zanelli didn't, and was expecting Bentara to defend on the line and not so inside the court.
Oh, monster block from Mozic! Straight to his assistant, who's telling him, you've got to shut down that line. And that's exactly what he did. But he set up inside and then took away that line. What a block.
And right now, Verona has a great chance to close it. But Russo won't back up.
But he's not giving
Won't
up.
back down,
Yep,
yeah.
he won't give in. Babayev couldn't stop him.
Russo is now the second best scorer, second best attacker of Perugia in the game. 12 overall points.
D'Amico's been such a good passer.
Nope.
That may not have made it. So that's the first error inside out from Verona. But they're still in a decent place. If they side out again here, they go back to 2 in front. And Stoichev straight away calling timeout.
Even if they are ahead.
L'unica cosa... Allora mi assicuri il nastro adesso tu tranquillo e poi con la rincorsa non andare sotto rete, così te la può dare. Sì, il braccio è vicino alla testa, non fare il gomito strano e facciamo cambio palla.
Okay, so now
Tu,
you...
il controllo ti ha mancato sull'ultima palla, attento.
No, it says to Keita,
Controlla.
you make sure that the ball doesn't fall if it hits the net with the serve, and then you please don't run towards the net too close because I want you to make the side out. He's asking Keita to promise him he's not going to do these mistakes.
He wants Keita to stay in the moment, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't want him to start thinking for the opposition. Just do as I've asked you.
And said, don't do weird things with the elbow. I don't know what it means.
I think it was that one where he's above the height of the ball. That wasn't weird, that was fine. He kept his arm high, he got a touch on it. Verona make their side out, they are 2 in front.
It's 28 for Keita.
Mozic to serve. He gave that everything.
Mozic so close to the finishing line, started making some mistakes. One in attack, one in serve. Now Perugia has a chance to equalize at 12.
Good ball, Keita. And a good swing as well. That's all it is for Verona. Side out, they win. It's that simple.
Perugia never managed to defend or to block. And the only side out, you said it before, was a direct mistake by Mozic. It's unusual for a team that is so used to play well together like Perugia. Wow.
That's off the foot.
It's good.
Got to have a swing, worth it. Had to really. Didn't want to give him a free ball. It's only a side-out point. But that was a little bit of luck, I think, as it came off the foot of Mozic.
If you have to miss it, go for gold. Do not settle for a normal mistake. Hit the bar in the corner.
Semeniuk. Lovely pass, Keita. Ooh, just a continuation block. A little bit tight, this one. Ishikawa says no. And now there's a swing chance. Ventara. Verona scrambling, but now it's Keita again. He's done it. He finds the floor. And Verona have match points.
They defended everything. They covered behind the wall. Everything. It's the whole game. Perugia doesn't manage to get a clean monster block because Verona won't leave their teammates alone after the block.
Serving substitution.
Spirito.
On he comes. Lucas Spirito, been with the club since 2017.
Starting setter, then backup setter with Rafael, with Abayev, depending on the moment, always with this jersey on.
Verona looking to make history. And they've done it! Verona have beaten Perugia. They're through to the final of the Coppa Italia. The place has gone crazy. The Verona fans have gone wild. The team is celebrating. It's a massive upset. It's a huge win. Stoichev taking it all in his stride, but underneath that, he's going to be jumping for joy. The fairy tale continues for Rana Verona. They're through to the final. Perugia are out.
That was the perfect storm again, like against Piacenza. They were quiet, they kept focused, they knew when to raise the tension against the opponents. They could get the momentum even when it wasn't theirs. And that's really what focused team do. I also have to add that they found Perugia in the right time. Allow me to give you this definition. So when they couldn't be physically at the same level, but Perugia never managed to exploit the advantage they built in the first 2 sets. And that's a fact.
Well, this is how it was done. It was a good serve, actually. The ball had to go wide. 3 blockers. And Zingel sends it straight back down. And that's the biggest celebration he's had. He's been stone po-faced this entire match until then. That's what it means to Keita. It's what it means to the team. Their first ever final. They're going to leave here with a medal. And you know what? With the way they played, let's not put it past them to leave with a gold. What a game we got to come. as well. Trento Civitanova. Whew.
It's been very interesting because Trento is one of the most solid teams in the league. Civitanova changed a lot, but they rely on the serve so much, so they can play single pieces of game at a huge intensity, and Trento must be ready for that, must be ready to be patient when Civitanova just serves too strong for them to be handled. Keita, 30 round points at the end of the game, but my personal MVP is 6 blocks and a great distribution. Konstantin Abayev. I think he played an incredible game.
Maybe he's the one you want to go and get to interview then.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I'll go get it for you.
Good man. So, Perugia's going to go off. We might get to speak to Abayev. We're going to have a chat to a player from Verona, and probably, if there's still left any on the court, a player from Perugia. We'll just have to wait and see. But this is just what we love about sport, what we love about volleyball. That anything can happen. You can dream it. They've dreamt it. Now they're living it. They are through to the final. They're 5th place in the league as well. They're having a great season, and they've summed up that season in the way they played in this match. Yes, they made a few errors. Yes, there were moments when it looked like Perugia were going to take it, but look at this, 113 points to 98. They out-attacked. They out-blocked 14 blocks to 4. They out-served 9 aces to 2, and the only downside from that perspective was their errors. They made so many errors in that first set that that was a big change. But when they started to close that gap and make less errors, suddenly there was the pressure. Okay, Perugia without Plotnitsky, with a semi-fit Bentara. Well, they're going to have to enjoy this moment, probably enjoy the next hour, and then they'll be focusing on the game to come. There won't be a game to come for Bentara and for Colacci and co. And yes, it's disappointing, but maybe for them, in a way, it's not a bad thing, because they can focus on getting better, focus on the league and what that means. Verona at the moment, though, can just enjoy this massive victory, and a well-earned victory. Well, they'll be, those celebrations won't just be for an hour, will they? They'll be going on long into the night for those that won't be playing in the final, that's for sure. Well, as with all things, it's live TV. We do hope to be able to bring you an interview with anyone we can grab, but you never know. As we've just gone 5 sets, we might end up running out of time, but that's telly. For those of you that have been in this position, that have done this, the underdog, to win these matches, I think it's difficult to describe, but if you've been there and you've done it, you know what it feels like, you know what that's all about, and just enjoy that moment. As Burrito's having his interview, there'll be players grabbed here, there and everywhere. You find out who the player of the match is as well, hopefully.
Numuri Keita, after 10 sets, 5 in the quarterfinal and 5 in the semi-final, the final is finally yours.
We were waiting for that because we practice a lot for this, and we really believe it, because we say if we come in a semi-final, for sure we can go in the final. And in our head it was to fight for every single point and to just wait the result. And finally we did it, and we deserve it because we fight for it.
You won it thanks to the second chances you could build. You always covered behind the Perugia wall, the Perugia blockers, and you played again and again and again until you found the point.
Yes, because for me the important thing is this kind of moment, the important moment, you know. A few weeks ago, we played against them, and it was a very good game for them. And that game, I couldn't play good. But this time, I couldn't let them play, you know. I have to come over and to show also that I can fly. See.
So congratulations. Go get some rest for the final of tomorrow.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Ciao.
Great interview, great words from Keita. So we have one team in the final. Who's going to be joining them? Trentino or Civitanova? Oh, this has got another 5 sets written all over it, hasn't it? And I can't wait. Hopefully my voice will hold out for that, because I'll be back with you for that match very shortly, along with Fabrizio. Players are ready and warming up.
Kamil Semenuk, you probably were not in the best moment physically of your season. You tried to give everything you had, and you ended up defeated at the fifth set.
Yeah, for sure we are not happy because we're leading 2-0, and every time when you lose, if you have 2-0 and you lose 3-2, it's difficult, but we must let's say eat it and look on the future, because the season is not not finished for us. We have still Champions League, we have still Scudetto to win. So congrats for the team from Verona, because they played really good without so much mistakes like us.
You came from 4 consecutive trophies won. Can you find some more stimulation from this defeat to do even better in the second half of the season?
Oh, it's a difficult question. If you are still with the feeling you win cup after cup, it's difficult to have this approach and motivation, but we must to have it. We are professional players, so it's obligatory for us. And we'll see. For sure, this night not will be easy for us, but a couple of days we back to our track.
Thank you very much. We look forward to see you again on the court. Thank you.
Well, that's it from all of us. We hope you have enjoyed this match. We've got another one to bring you. Until then, from all of us here, thanks so much for your company. Goodbye.